Guys, we're back in JavaScript Objects 2, Introduction to Objects 2. So let's get started here. Finish the James object by adding properties to it. So you can see down below we have some properties. His job should be programmer and married should be set to false. So, function person, var James. So we're going to set job to programmer, and we are going to set married to the boolean false. Now it wants us to create a new Gabby object using the person constructor, so we'll say var Gabby equals I think a new person, and we're going to set the name to or job to student, and set her married status to true. Problem with my syntax. There we go. So just 3 different ways you can basically do the same thing. Alright, add speak method to the person constructor. So we're adding a speak method to the person constructor, so we need to do it in the actual class. So we're going to say this dot speak equals function, and this function is going to do some stuff. What is it going to do? Whenever your speak is called, it should console.log hello! Exclamation point. Bam! There it is. User.speak hello. Take a look at the partially defined James object. Complete the speak method such that the last 2 lines of the editor will cause hello I'm feeling great and hello I'm feeling just okay to be printed in the console. So let's see here. Speak, then we have a function. Apparently this is a different way to define a function. Let's look at a hint here. Add a parameter such as move between the parentheses. The speak method should be directly print to the console and not return anything. So let's do it like this. Does it want us to take a parameter? Alright, so we'll put mood, and then we'll say if, oh, that's mode. If, alright, so we're going to say if mood is equal to great. We want it to do some stuff, so console.log, and we want it to do hello I'm feeling great. Else console.log hello I am feeling just okay. And just to note that this should work, but we probably would want to put just okay if we were actually writing this out in another else if statement, or another if statement rather, because we don't have really a default statement for this. We should, but that's not the default one. So anyhow, take a look at the James object. Complete say job. Method set I'll print out the console. Hi, I work. Ooh, excuse me. Hi, I work at. So let's include I work as a. Let's include our job here. So we're gonna have it console.log, and it's gonna say hi, comma, I work as a, oops, That's not what we want to do. We do plus job. Then on line 14, change the job for James to super programmer. So we're going to say james.job, and then we're going to put equals super programmer. Alright, so save and submit. Hi, I work as undefined. I work as a programmer. Okay, so apparently they don't want us to do it like that. So let's see if this works. There we go. I think the original issue was just the spacing right there. So you can see originally it goes hi, I work as a programmer, and then when we change his job to super programmer, hi, I work as a super programmer. Take advantage of the ability to use variables with bracket notation. In line 7, set a property to string for the first property in James, i.e. the job property. So line 7, a property, we're going to say this is equal to the job property, so we're going to say a property is equal to james.job. And then it's going to say, then print James job using bracket notation and a property. So console dot log a property. I think that's what they're asking. So it comes up. Do you have a variable a property between brackets? So I think I may have declared this differently than how they wanted. So we're going to do it like this. James, then quotations, job for the bracket notation. Do you have a variable a property between brackets? Set the first property name of James. So I'm not sure what they're asking here. Let's see here. Bracket notation. So var my property, a property. So let's go to the Q&A forum and see what exactly they're asking here. So we were on section 5. So let's go ahead and pick it. So let's see here. Var James, var a property equals job. Okay. So they wanted us to do it a little bit different. So what we're basically going to do here is set a property. We're going to take this job keyword, and then we're not actually going to call a property. We're going to call James bracket property. I don't know why you would do this, but it just seems to me like more work. But hey, what are you going to do? Alright, so on lines 3 to 6, we have an object, a number, and a string in that order. Complete lines 7 to 9 so they'll print appropriate types of variables. Should print object, should print number, should print string. What? Alright, so a number, a string, and object dot. Let's just see if this works. I think we're gonna have to call dot job. I am an object. I am a string. Make sure you completed the console.log statements correctly. And let's see dot job. See if that is what they want. Use the type of iterator. So in this first one, apparently, what's the type of operator? No, it is following me by a single variable, nothing else, for instance. Okay, so this is basically just the type of is just telling you. That's why I was reading this a little bit weird. What type of object it is. So we have an object, a number, and a string. That's basically all the type of does. So you should finish my object by giving it a name property. All right. Make sure that my object, so the last line will print false, and we'll just call it pizza poker guy, and it doesn't. So this is my object has its own property, and we're checking, does it have a name? Yes. Does it have a nickname? No. So that's false. Remove the console.log statement. Write an if statement that checks to see if suitcase has shorts property. If suitcase dot was it has own property, and then do we set it? How do we set it? I think it was probably in brackets here. Let's see, his own property shorts. Do some stuff. Return true. Else. So if suitcase has shorts is equal to true, we want to do some stuff. What is it that we want to do? We want to console.log suitcase.shorts. Then if your statement evaluates false, set the shorts property else. Suitcase.shorts equal booty shorts. I don't know why. It's the only thing I can think of right now. So let's see if this works. There's a problem with your syntax, so let's see here. So if suitcase has own property. So let's go back because I wasn't sure about how they declared it. So they did single quotes. Shouldn't matter though. Let's go back. My object. Suitcase that has own property. Shorts. Maybe we don't need this equals to true. So this suitcase has the property shorts. And that's equal to true. Console.log suitcase.shorts. Else suitcase.shorts is equal to booty shorts. So where are we messing up here? Has own property. Huh. Unexpected token else. Oh, you know what? There we go. Our brackets are off. So suitcase.short equals booty shorts. And the reason we don't need to set this true is it's checking if it's true by default. Alright, use a for-in loop to print out the properties of. Alright, so we're going to say for, then we're going to say variable I, for var I, in our object here. And we're going to say console.log I. And that should be good. And then it goes through each iteration and you get all our values here. Or this actually gets the key. Write another for in loop, but this time print the value of each property in NYC. Alright, so we're going to say for var value in NYC console.log, let's see, NYC value. And I think this will work. Object is not a function. All right. There we go. Just use the wrong bracket. So you see right here, once we put in the value, which is this, our full name, mayor, and in the bracket notation will then actually go and get what we're looking for. Make your own class circle. All right. By building a constructor for it. So we'll say var circle equals new object. It's going to have one property, radius. And then we'll say take one argument for the initial radius. Oops. Alright, so I tried to, we have to create a circle first, so before we create an object. I was creating an object, we actually need to create the circle. So function circle, it's going to have radius, and then we're just going to say this dot radius equals radius. I think they may want us to actually declare a radius for it. Oh no, this works. So to fix this, start at line 15. Add a bark method for the Snoopy object. So we have Snoopy, new dog beagle, buddy.bark. You can make it just like the bark method for buddy, or type in whatever you want for noise instead of wolf. So far Snoopy. So basically we just need to create a bark method. So we're going to have Snoopy.bark. We're going to say for this object Snoopy. Or better yet, I'm not sure this will work because it's not what they're asking. We can actually probably say this.bark, and we can do it in the superclass. So this.bark equals function, and we want it to console.log woof. So let's go ahead and save and submit. And bam, it works. So what basically happened here, we could also have done it this way, but instead we did it in the superclass dog, which Snoopy is a dog, and that way it still works. You could also have just wrote a custom function that would work only for Snoopy. Make a person called me with your own name and age. Print your name using print person name. So we want to create a new person, so we're going to say We're gonna say var me equals new person, and then we're gonna say pizza poker guy, and we're gonna say age 27, and then we're gonna call on print person name, and we're gonna put me in there as the parameter, and it should print out my information. Me is not defined, me is lowercase. Bam, there we go. It only prints out the name. So, because it only asks for the name. Okay, so everything's working. Click and move on. So this is just kind of showing us what we were working on. Take a look at it if you need to review it. Add a meow method to the cat prototype so that all cats can meow. This is what we did with the bark. So we're going to say this dot meow equals a function. It looks like it doesn't take any parameters. And then in here we are going to console.log out meow, and then call this method on for each cat. So we have a Cheshire and a Gary. So we're going to say Cheshire. Seems like a weird name for a cat, but you know, whatever. Gary dot meow, and we're good. So there's our two meows. So let's see here. We are creating a class called animal. All right, so oh, all right, there we go. So like, what do we start with? Sorry, so we have function animal. Needs to be capitalized. Function animal has two parameters, name and legs. Oh, num legs. So this dot name equals name. This dot num legs equals num legs. And what else? Next, change the prototype of animal. And add a method called sayName. Prototype. All right. All right, so let's look at an example here. So dog.prototype.bark equals function. So we are going to say animal dot prototype dot, what do we want to name it? Say name. And then this is a new function. Is it taking any parameters? And we are going to say console.log hi, my name is so let's take out name, the brackets around name. Unexpected token. So we have animal.prototype equals penguin. Let's see if that changes it. No? animal.prototype.sayName equals So it looks like we're, unless we need this semicolon. Alright, now I think we may have made a mistake here. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of the animal.name. Let's see if this works. I don't think it will. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the forum, see what's going on here. So we were on 16. Is this it? Oh, is it this dot name? Okay, that makes sense. I think that's what's going on here. No. Alright, so we had a missing bracket here. We need a semicolon there. Missing this after argument list. Missing after argument list. So let's go back and look at this example here. So this dot name numlegs function animal.prototype.sayName console log this dot name var penguin Alright, so let's see. Missing after argument list. This dot name equals name. This dot. So name numlegs, we have function. It looks like that's correct. Hi, my name is. Oh god, I don't know why we have this plus here. That's not the error we're getting though. So this is. Oh, it might be shit. We put the plus in the wrong spot. There we go. Hi, my name is Captain Cook. Little syntax mistakes, they'll always get you. Alright, so create a brand new penguin class constructor starting on line 11. So here we are going to say, what do we name him? So we're going to say var So we're gonna set it equal to new penguin. What? Penguin small. So var small bird equals new penguin. So it's an animal, so it should have a name, and we'll just call it. We'll call him Flight. I don't know why. And the number of legs are 2. And we're not done, so still include the animal constructor, say name of the last 2 lines. Test your. So captain dot say name, and then we'll do small bird dot say name. Make sure you properly define the penguin constructor. Penguin is not defined. Alright, just go. Small bird does say name. Var the captain equals new penguin. No, that's not right. Oh, maybe we need to create a say name. So we'll say penguin photo. What am I doing wrong here? Alright, so we need to create a same name method for penguin. So I thought we could inherit. I guess we're creating a new penguin. Therefore, we can't inherit it. Let's just go ahead and copy this real quick so we don't make any typos. Type in penguin dot prototype. Make sure you properly define the penguin constructor. Okay, so let's go real quick because obviously something's not clicking in my brain here. We are on 17 of 20. Or 17 of 30 rather. Alright, it's called Marching Penguins. Oh, I think they want us to create a whole new. So let's do it like this. So we're going to have var penguin and oops, excuse me, function. Alright, so function penguin. It's gonna have a name, num legs, and then we are going to say this dot name equals name, this dot legs, num legs equal num legs, and now let's see what's going on here. Here's the message: cannot read property say name of undefined. Let's do it like this. We'll say this dot say name equals function, and in our function we want it to console.log, and then we can just go ahead and do it like so. Make sure you properly define the penguin.prototype as anyway. Okay, so they don't want us to do it like that. So we have this. We have penguin. Here's the message: cannot read property say name. This function console.log. Looks like an error. Here's the message: type cannot read property say name of undefined. Oh, we deleted our small bird. So let's create a new penguin object. So var small bird equals new penguin, and then bird And we'll have 2 legs. I believe it should work now. There we go. Hi, my name is Bird. Stumbled a little bit there. I thought we were going to be using the animal class when it looked like we were just using it as an example. So, alright, so create a new penguin class. Alright, just did that. So, function penguin. From there, we want to give it some parameters. Should only take a name parameter. Okay. So we're going to say this.name equals name. And itself, we're going to say this dot num legs. We're basically hard coding that all penguins have 2 legs. So we don't need to put in there, and people shouldn't be able to change that. Alright, and so we want to set the penguin's class. Alright, so we're going to say penguin dot prototype is equal to a new animal. So we're basically saying, I believe we're saying that the penguin is just a class below animal. Cool. We didn't actually do anything with it. So create a penguin object, name the penguin, and have them call the same name. So basically we're going to be because we're saying that penguin is a prototype of animal, we can now call upon the same name function of animal. So let's create a penguin. So var small bird equals new penguin. In there we're going to give it a name. So bird1, and that's all we're going to give it. It's going to, now we're going to say penguin, then call penguin, oh, name it penguin rather. So penguin dot say name, and as they say, prepare to be amazed. Damn it. Alright, penguin dot after your code from last time, create an object called penguin. Oh, that's a Q. Alright, there we go. Alright, now be amazed. Alright, create an emperor class and make it inherit from penguin. Alright, so function emperor. It's going to take a single parameter name. So this dot name equals name. And then we want to say the prototype was a penguin dot prototype equals, yeah, new animal. There we go. So go forward. So we're going to say emperor dot prototype equals new penguin. Do we have to put the brackets? Yes. Alright, so I now create an emperor object and print the number of legs it has. So now that it's inheriting the number of legs, we should be able to print it out. So var, do they want us to name it? Create a new emperor object instance with any name you like. Test, so var test equals new emperor. And we'll just put piece of poker guy, ppg. And now we want to console.log out test.numLegs, and this should give us the number 2. Bam! Amazing. Alright, let's see how going up the prototype chain works. We've just defined some classes, inheritance patterns. Emperor inherits from penguin, which inherits from animal. Please, without modifying any other lines, 22 to 24. Complete the console log statement with appropriate responses. Should print waddle waddle, so where's waddle waddle? So in this case, we want to print out so we have my emperor. So my emperor dot sane, and then should print 2, and then we're going to say my emperor dot numLegs, then we're going to say my emperor dot is alive, and let's see if this works. Cool, waddle waddle 2 and true. Basically it's just saying that penguin is a prototype of animal and emperor is a prototype of penguin, therefore emperor is a prototype of animal, meaning that even though we're creating an emperor, which we can access all these other functions. Declare a third variable called myAge. So var myAge, and uses to store the age of John, of the John object, so john.age. Cool. So looks like we're going to be doing a little bit of review real quick. So create an object John using the person constructor. So var John equals new person, and we'll just set his name to PPG, and we'll set it to 27. Next, try to print his bank balance. So we'll say John dot bank console.log John dot bank balance, and this should print out 7,500. Undefined. We were able to access it, but it was undefined. That's interesting. So, have we included some of the code from last time, but we have added a method called getBalance. Then on line 17, modify getBalance so it returns bank balance. So this dot getBalance equals function, and then we'll return this dot bank balance. Actually, I think we can just do bank balance. So return bank balance. Then on line 17, create a new variable called myBalance. So var myBalance, and set it to John's bank balance. So John.getBalance. Then print my balance. So line 14 should print undefined, it says. So we want a console.log my balance. So we should get undefined, and then we should get 7,500. Cool. Private methods. Create a method called askTeller. So function askTeller within the person class. Let's go back. So we have var askTeller equals function, within the person returns a return balance method. So return balance. This means that it returns the method itself and not the result of calling that method. So you should not have parentheses after return balance. Okay. Because askTeller returns a method, we need to call it to make it any use. This is what var myBalance equals myBalance method. So save and submit. askTeller is not a function. Alright, so we have x. Your method should resemble how we defined getBalance last time. You should use this .askTeller. Okay, so we're not actually creating a function, it sounds like. So this .askTeller, don't declare askTeller with a variable. Okay. Create a new variable called myBalance. So var myBalance, that calls the askTeller. With the password 1234. Oh, we need to call it on a class, so we're going to call it on John. So you can't just call the askTeller if it doesn't know what, because it's class specific. Examine the languages object. 3 properties are string, whereas 1 is a number. Use a for in loop to print out 3 ways to say hello. So for var value in languages, check to see if the property value is a string, and we'll say if. I don't remember, there was the, let's see here, if type of. So if type of is equal to a string, console.log languages bracket value. And that should give us hello, bonjour, and hola. Double equals unexpected token. So if type of value it looks like you printed 4 when you shouldn't have. Okay, why did we print 4? There we go. Because it was evaluating the English French, not a language, when it needed to evaluate that. So there's our hello, bonjour, and hola. I have to say hello method to the dog class. So this dot say hello equals function. Oh, by extending its prototype, take that out of there. So we're going to say dog dot prototype dot say hello equals function. And then within here we're going to console.log hello, this is a plus breed, this dot breed plus dog, and that should work. Hello, this is golden retriever. It appears you say element doesn't property log console hello. This is breed. Oh, and a space. There we go. First, let's see what type of object prototype is. Do this in line 2 and save it to your prototype tree. So var prototype, and let's say object dot. Let's first see what type object dot prototype is. All right. Is that all they're asking? If it goes well, you should realize object prototype itself is an object, and since all objects have its own property, it's pretty easy to check if do this in line 6 and var has own object. So prototype type dot has own property. Is that what I was asking? Let's see here. Are we checking the prototype type that it has its own property? To see the object protos, we should use type of object dot prototype. All goes well. All right. All right. I'm just gonna look this up. This is confusing me. It looks like they want us to run circles around this, and that was line 29. So meta, I can't take it. Is that what really was its name? All right. Apparently, I'm not the only one that thought this was obnoxious. So type of object.prototype. Okay, that's what they were saying in the example. So we're going to find out what type of object it is here. There we go. So type of object.prototype is object, and then it's going to return true because I guess it has an object property. I'm not really sure. Like I said, it looks like it's just going to try and throw us in loops, really understand what's going on in the background. If you want to spend more time on that, I could really care less about it on a personal level. So anyhow, modify the student report class so that no grades will be printed in the console in the for-in loop. However, get GPA should still function properly in the last line. Modify the student report so that no grades will be printed to the console for the for-in loop. They just want us to change it? You should be changing public variables. This dot grade. So let's see what happens when we run this. So, wahaha 421. Your overall GPA is 2.33. Only a single thing should be logged to the console. Overall GPA is 2.33. So we only want to log. We want to make so we don't want the student report. We can just take that out. It still logs it properly. It says that make sure that grades 1, 2, and 3 are private. So I don't remember how to make them private, so let's look that up real quick. Apparently this guy doesn't get so I don't understand the point of this either. Let's see what's going on here. So we return this. This is fine. We have a new report. So let's go ahead and copy this and see what the difference is, because I can't see it naturally. So let's get everything back in there. Alright, so we still have our function, we still have our grades. So he changed these to variables. Oh, this makes it so they can't be accessed. That's smart. Okay, so that's what we need to do. So when we do this becomes public, I guess. When we want to do it private, so let's see if we just, I think we can get rid of this for loop. And we'll just do some changes of ours so that they're private. And the only thing public will be this get GPA. Make sure to modify the provided code. We can modify it. So let's go ahead and just cut this out. And we'll just put the for loop back up there. Alright, I'm just putting this in here. I'm done with this one right now. Let's see here. I still don't understand what's going on here. So we change the variables, so they're public. You still shouldn't be able to get them. So in here, we have this. That's just our for loop. We're saying in student referring type of, if it's not equal to a function, does his work? So let's test this example code to see what's going on here. So that works. Okay, well, I'll have to come back and look at this another time, but so far we finished our introduction to Objects 2. And I will see you guys in the next video.